Today's story is about how Indra got his Vajrayudha and the demon named Vritra. Once, Indra, accompanied by his wife, sat in his heavenly court, attended by thousands of demigods and servants. It was a joyous atmosphere filled with dance and music, and Indra sat, basking in the glory of it all. At this time, the guru and preceptor of the Devas, sage Brihaspati, arrived at the court of Indra. However, pride and ego clouded Indra's mind, and he paid no attention to the great guru's arrival. He did not even get up from his throne to show respect. Feeling insulted, Brihaspati quietly left the court of Indra. However, it did not take long for Indra to realize the huge mistake he had made. But it was too late to repent, as Brihaspati had already left the heavenly court and could not be found despite searching everywhere. While Indra and the Devas were looking for a solution to this problem, the Asuras came to know that Brihaspati had left them and that the Devas were now without a guru and advisor. They took this opportunity to attack the Devas. Desperately, Indra fled to Lord Brahma for guidance. Lord Brahma replied,
"Your pride and ego have led to this situation. For now, approach Vishwarupa, the son of Twashta, and request him to be your preceptor. If you ask respectfully, he will agree to it. But take note, Vishwarupa's mother is an Asura, and therefore, he will always have an affinity towards the Asuras. You should be able to overlook this shortcoming."
Heeding the advice of Brahma, Indra approached Vishwarupa and requested him to be the preceptor of Devas. Although initially reluctant, the three-headed Vishwarupa finally agreed to take on this role. Vishwarupa excelled in his new role as the guru of Devas. He taught Indra the Narayana Kavacha, which would protect Indra and enable him to conquer his enemies. However, as Lord Brahma had warned, Vishwarupa, due to his mother being an Asura, would still give some of the sacrificial offerings of the Devas to the Asuras. When Indra came to know about this, he was furious. Without giving much thought, Indra cut the three heads of Vishwarupa and killed him. On hearing this news, Vishwarupa's father, Twashta, was filled with grief and maddened with rage. He swore to avenge the death of his son. He commenced a sacrificial ritual aimed at causing Indra's demise. Out of the flames emerged a fearsome being named Vritrasura. He had fiery bloodshot eyes and lolling tongue. His hair was copper red, and his form struck fear into the hearts of all that lay eyes on him. Vritrasura charged towards the Devas and began killing them. Even though Indra sent his powerful army against Vritra, they were all quashed like mere ants. Finally, Lord Indra went to Lord Vishnu to seek help. Lord Vishnu replied,
"There is only one way to defeat Vritra. You need the Vajrayudha. You must seek the help of the Rishi Dadhichi and request him to part with his bones for creating this Vajrayudha. Only with this weapon you will be able to defeat Vritrasura."
Left with no choice, Indra proceeded to sage Dadhichi's hermitage to request his bones. On hearing the request, Dadhichi asked,
"Giving away my bones would mean that I must part with my life. Why should I do that?"
On hearing this, Indra replied,
"Vritrasura is destroying us. We are losing against his evil might. It was Lord Vishnu who guided us towards you. He advised us to make a weapon, the Vajra Ayudha, from your bones. O great Rishi, please help us and deliver us from this evil. As you know, this body made of different elements is temporary and only the Atman is permanent. Therefore, if this body can serve a useful purpose, why not part with it for the greater good?"
Convinced by the argument made by Indra, and hearing that Lord Vishnu himself had sent Indra to him, Dadhichi agreed to part with his bones. He went into Samadhi and reached the feet of the Lord. Indra collected the mighty bones of Dadhichi and gave it to the divine architect Vishwakarma, who then crafted a Vajrayudha from the bones. With the Vajrayudha in hand, Indra was now confident of his victory. He gathered his army and proceeded into battle against Vritra. And thus, a fierce battle ensued between Devas and Asuras. With the Vajrayudha in hand, Devas seemed invincible and the Asuras were now fleeing. Seeing his army retreating, Vritra turned to Indra and said,
"O Indra, I have come to punish you for the killing of my brother Vishwarupa. However, death in battle does not scare me. In fact, I would consider it my blessing to be killed by the Vajrayudha, which is infused with Lord Vishnu's powers. Lord Vishnu himself has sent you, and wherever the Lord is, triumph is certain. If I die today, I can finally be free from worldly bonds and desires and attain the lotus feet of the Lord."
The battle intensified, and Vritra hurled his trident at Indra. However, Indra skillfully avoided the trident and sliced Vritra's right arm using the Vajrayudha. Using his other arm, Vritra threw his club at Indra, and the Vajrayudha flew out of Indra's hand onto the ground, much to the shock of the Devas. Indra felt embarrassed to pick up the fallen weapon in front of his enemy. However, Vritra looked at Indra and said,
"Indra, please do not feel embarrassed to pick up the weapon and fight me. Victory, defeat, happiness, sadness, anger, these are all mere illusions as the three gunas create these. If I die at the battlefield, I will die gloriously, and even if I lose, I will reach the glorious feet of the Lord."
Hearing these words coming from Vritra's mouth, Indra was surprised. Vritra did not sound like an asura at all, but instead like someone who had realized the Brahman. Wasting no time, Indra cut the other arm of Vritra. Having lost both arms, Vritra opened his massive mouth and swallowed Indra. However, with the power of the Narayana Kavacha protecting him, Indra was unharmed. He tore open Vritra's belly and emerged outside. He then proceeded to decapitate Vritra with the Vajrayudha, thus finally killing Vritra and ending the battle. A divine light emerged from Vritra's body and ascended to Lord Vishnu's supreme abode. The lesson one must learn from Vritra's story is to never judge a book by its cover. Even though Vritrasura was a demon, he was still an exalted bhaktiyogi able to propound deep transcendental knowledge amidst a fight for his life. So that's the story of how Indra got his Vajrayudha and how he defeated Vritra. Stay tuned for the next video on Vritra's past life. Thanks a lot for watching, and if you like this video, please like and share and free feel to comment.